Hi, everyone. This year's Yukon Spring Career Fair is being hosted virtually on the Husky Mentor Network. My name is Frederick, and I am with Firsthand. We are the software company that powers the Husky Mentor Network. And today I'm going to walk you through, number one, what the Husky Mentor Network is and how it works. Number two, specifically how it's going to work for the virtual career fair. And three, we're going to walk through the steps of signing up if you're not already signed up. So first of all, what's the Husky Mentor Network? Well, it's a network where students and young alumni can find mentors among the alumni. So there's tens of thousands of Yukon alumni who've raised their hand, signed up, and said, I'm willing to help students, younger alumni who need help career-wise. You can book me for mock interviews, resume critiques, whatever you need help with. So we're going to see that in action with the virtual career fair. Now, if you've signed up and logged in, you'll be able to access a directory that looks like this. The directory features, as I said, tens of thousands of alumni, but specifically today, we're going to be focused on the virtual career fair. So we've created a separate environment featuring the employers that are at the virtual career fair. And if I check this box to the left here, I see all these employers. And I can narrow this down further by where these employers work in terms of the names of their employers, their location, what they studied in school, functions, industries, their schools they attended, and languages. And you'll also see that there is a jobs tab on the right. If we go to that jobs tab, you'll see all the jobs that have been posted to the career fair. And I can go through these and I can filter these similarly to the employers by, let's say, seniority to find all the internships. And I can also filter by type of role, location, industries, and employer. Now, the thing that makes this job board unique is not that these are jobs that are, not just these are jobs that are specifically offered to you as Yukon students, but each of these jobs is actually linked to an employer who can help you land this job. So let's take a look at this job, Jacobs Vehicle Systems. You'll see that this job was actually posted by George Tolhurst, who's available to speak to you about this job. So why don't we click on his profile? You'll see here that he's available for a virtual career talk, resumes and CVs, career fair and event preparation, and industry insights. And so you'll see his full bio below, but if we want to book a talk with him, a 10-minute virtual career talk, and by the way, these talks are being hosted virtually, so that means we're setting up a video conference line for you. You can dial in with your phone if you like. You can connect with computer audio. You can also chat and share files. And it's going to be on the 25th. So let's scroll over on the calendar to the 25th of March, and you'll see that George is available at 6 p.m. So let's pick that time slot. We're also going to ask for 2 more times just in case we're not overlapping with a previous commitment. So let's add another time slot on the 25th here, and you'll see there's lots of availability. So these are 10-minute conversations. So, all right, we've already requested 6 o'clock. Maybe let's do 6:30. And it says here, a tip to add your last time on a different date. I recommend if you're adding 3 times here that you're requesting, maybe put your third time on a day before or a day after the actual career fair day if the employer has that on their calendar. In this case, George does, so why don't we do that? So maybe we should do this on Thursday, the day after, and maybe do it 6 p.m. then. So we've offered 3 times, and now it gives me a personalized message to send to George for me to fill out. Thanks for offering to help. I need a virtual career talk because I'm interested in working in the automotive. So you can add to this and make it personal. And during our conversation, I was hoping we could focus on trends. So whatever you want to write here, make it personal, make it professional, so that you're not just sending this off without giving it a personal touch. You can also here attach a file, and we highly recommend that you attach a resume. So once this is sent, George is going to receive an email, a text message, and will hopefully reply soon to accept one of your times. And if for whatever reason any of those times don't work for George, he can suggest 3 times back to you. But that's how you do it. You send this off, George receives the requests, and you can do up to 10 of these requests at a time. So for the virtual career fair day, we recommend reaching out to up to 10 people and having some really meaningful conversations about the opportunities that they've made available. So that concludes the brief overview of the platform. Now let's jump over to how you sign up and how you get set up if you're not already signed up on the platform. So you should have all received an email to activate your account. If you click on that email link to activate your account, you will get set up for registration. So we're going to walk you through the steps here. It's really quite simple, but I want to make sure you're paying attention and get all the steps right. So we click continue here. And what we're trying to do is we're just trying to fill in some basic information about your background, your educational information, your work history, and maybe some of your career goals so we can match you with the best employers. If I click autofill with LinkedIn, I can get most of that information straight from LinkedIn. Enter my LinkedIn username and password, authenticate, and once I've done that, it downloads the information. It gets most of the information I need. It has my first name and last name. It's my email. Now, entering a phone number is optional. I highly recommend you do it. Why? Because it means you get text message reminders for your meetings and you're less likely to miss them. Remember, they're only 10-minute long meetings, so your timing is tight and we want you to be on time. Next, password. Now, if you're on single sign-on and you're logging in with your Yukon username and password, you don't have to worry about this step. This won't show up for you guys. Next, it derives your current location. So I'm in New York, and it sees that from my browser, and so it just recognizes that. And next, it gets my photo from LinkedIn. Also, it asks you, what class do you belong to at Yukon? So let's enter that if it doesn't already pick up that automatically. And here I could go, Bachelor of Science and accounting. Next. Now, if I'm affiliated with any groups at school, I can enter those here, whether they be schools or other groups. I'm going to skip that for the purposes of this demonstration. And if there's any languages you speak, we can match you with alumni and with employers who also speak that language. Next, we're done with the main part of the profile. And what we really want to know now is just how can we best help you on this platform. So you'll notice here, when we ask you what the number one thing you could use help with is, the virtual career fair talk shows up as number one. So pick that option no matter what. And if you're interested in other forms of help from alumni at Yukon, you can pick other topics as well, like help with your job search, help with your resume, preparing for interviews, etc. For the purposes of this demo, we're just going to go with option number one, but you can add up to 3 here. I click next, and it asks me, where could I see myself in 5 years? We're trying to get a sense of your career goals here. And if you don't know, that's fine. You can say, I'm really not sure. But for the purposes of this, let's just say New York, Hartford, and you'll see on the bottom here the 3 most popular choices among users on the network as well to give you a guide. Next, it asks you what industries could you see yourself working in. And again, I can skip this step if I'm not entirely sure. But let's go with insurance and financial services. And lastly, ask you about employers. If you're not sure what employer you want to work for, you can just click I'm really not sure, and that's totally fine. So let's do that. And then lastly, role. And if you're not sure about the role you want to be in, that's fine as well. But if you are, say, an accounting major or a finance major, those could be roles that you can pick here. If I click next, it's going to summarize the information I've given it on my career goals, and it's going to take me to the stage where I can meet my advisors. So these are the employers that I'm matching with. You'll see here that Cynthia pops up. She's a match. She's worked for 7 years in insurance, and that was one of the career goals I stated, and you'll see her work experience here. She's a recruiter that I might want to meet with and talk with. I can also swipe to the right, and I can see other employers here might be a good match. Now, I don't have to book my meeting with a person right when I sign up. You certainly can. But if you want to just kind of go straight to the platform and start browsing for yourself, just simply swipe to the right on 3 of these and click Find My Advisor Later, and you're done, and you'll be logged in. It takes you to the platform. You get your own little dashboard here, which shows you matches that you have on the platform. But if you want to go and browse the employers that are available on the virtual career fair, just click on advisors to the top. Here they are. Here's Cynthia, my top match. And I can also click on the jobs and search for the jobs. And that's pretty much it. Find a job you think is interesting, or find an employer you think is interesting, and click on them and book a 10-minute virtual career talk with them on Wednesday, March 25th. Have fun. Good luck. Be well.